A gain of 13 yards. And a Bengal first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And it'll be Dalton again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check.
Nixon will try the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Take 2 of them. Let's go, sir.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's caught inside the 20. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 53 yards. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on it down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Watch the edge. Back. Shift.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
44.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th.
Kill. Check 99. Check 99. Watch twist.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Conner. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Dalton. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Andy Dalton looked good on that pass, but I'll tell you what, all time in his career against Pittsburgh, it has been a struggle. 3-12 as a starter against these Steelers. Just more evidence of their dominance over the years in the AFC North. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for the Bengals. Give him 42 yards on the ground. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go. Regular.
To throw again, Dalton. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Like 80. 50 seconds to mine. Let's put him on the buses.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, and now it's 2nd down.
Black 20. Check 56. I got one. Black is good.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Roethlisberger now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Johnson, the intended target. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. At their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On first down, Mixon. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Check, check, check. Quick dash. Come. Mike 55.
Back to Mixon on first down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Andy Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
And Bullock missed it. No good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy side, plus you've got an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
They start with a give to counter, and he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with counter again. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Check.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They'll run on first down. It's Connor, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
230.
57, come on. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Screen pass to Connor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Connor, and he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He's crossing. He's checking credit.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
From the 16, Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth.
He's coming. Double up.
On first down, Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
44,
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Dalton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that. Here you go. Can.
55. Right there in the middle.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Green brings it in. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Watch it.
Check cross. Check 55. Check 55 to Mike. They want to run.
Nice.
Tighten up. Watch the safety creep.
80 weapon.
Check 50.
Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Let's go. Check now.
Regular. Bravo.
55.
Dalton right back on the horse after the pick 6. That's complete. Bernard. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down. Andy Dalton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
55.
Dalton here from the gun. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
55. Right there.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Add this game to the...
At the block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Coming to you. Mike 55. So we got man.
2 by 2. Move.
Again, here's Bernard.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. And he rifles one incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Bullock will put this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. Dances by him. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. The drive will start with Connor. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger on the crossing route, complete. It's McDonald, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 43. Switch. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Roethlisberger to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back counter. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Roethlisberger. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. But he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's Roethlisberger. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down. A really nice knockdown. He has so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man, because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to almost certainly win the football game. And Boswell missed it. Missed it to the right. No good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Joker. Check three.
Easy.
On the toss, Mixon. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Man, I got you.
368.
Slam.
Hey.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44. There you go.
Watch the out.
There you go. Hands up.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
56, Mike, 56. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash, crash.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Darqueze Dennard there defensively.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Yeah, give me tracks. Let's go. Check 31. Check 31. Double bump. Switch.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A huge play there in overtime. 49 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Check. Crunch. Switch. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So they say forget the field goal and the lead. They're going for the win in OT here on 4th and goal. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. So they say forget the field goal and the lead. They're going for the win in OT here on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Pittsburgh, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll sink now to 0-4, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.